sound like a cliche. This is a revolution of love. Because Mr. Trump, believe me, hate has no home here. And when I say hate has no home here, I'm not talking merely about this auditorium or my front yard or your house or this state. I'm talking about hate has no home in our country, the United States of America. Good morning. My name is Phil Day, and I am one of the co-founders of Indivisible, Chester County. Before I get started, I'd like to thank one person in particular, Dr. Ashley Delshad, who is the professor here at Westchester, who procured this great venue for us today so we could have this meeting, this instructional meeting. And I would like to thank her. Is Dr. Delshad here? Thank you. Thank you very much. Like many of us, like the majority of us, on that dark Wednesday morning last November, I woke up. What the hell happened? I voted. Apparently not enough of us did. I think a lot of people need to vote, intend to vote, yeah, but too many people thought it was a foregone conclusion and they stayed home. They thought their vote wasn't necessary. So what do we do about it? I mean, we went having marches, protests. A guy named Ezra, and his last name, Ezra Levin. He was on TV. I saw him in early January. He is a former congressional staffer, and he, along with a couple of his fellow staffers, were wondering the same thing. What can we do? Fortunately for us, they had a plan. They were in staff during the opening days of the Obama administration. And shortly after Barack Obama took office in 2008, the Tea Party emerged. And they saw firsthand in their offices the effect that a bunch of concerned citizens were able to apply to the people who were serving, the congressmen, the senators who were in office. So their plan was to make a progressive version of the Tea Party, and that is how the Indivisible movement began. Ours, I like to say, is the good guys version of the Tea Party. I'm not throwing stones at anybody, but we're not about spitting on people, cursing at people, throwing things at people, which unfortunately some of the Tea Party thought it was okay to engage in. Mr. Levin was on TV one night in early January, and he urged people throughout the country to start indivisible groups. So the next morning at 5:30 in the morning, I'm up early, I'm having my coffee, and I did just that. I found out that there was no Indivisible Chester County. If I hadn't done it then, probably 3 hours later, somebody else would have done it. Because like I said, any fool can create a Facebook group. But every time Donald Trump tweets, 20 more people sign up for our group. And after a while, several hundred people on our group. And I'm like, holy cow, I'm just a truck driver from Downingtown. I don't know what to do with this. Well, luckily for me and luckily for Indivisible Chester County, some talented people came forward and emerged and were able to help me do this. So I'll introduce them now. If I call your name, please stand up. Jessica Weingarten. Dave Mitchell. Shannon Brown, can you videotape yourself? Beth Sweet is outside in the lobby apparently. And Jorge Salazar. He's out in the lobby outside. There's Beth. And Jorge really brings a lot to the group, not just a really cool name. You know. Jorge's. Kent Langer, are you in the room? And Ann Juliana.
She's not here.
Who's not here?
Rebecca walked back in.
Are they? Yes.
Walked back in. Yeah.
You're here. Hello.
That's her.
Anyway, we are already, this is a dark time and yet a very exciting time because we don't have to sit idly by and watch a crazy man, I mean that literally, and a bunch of evil, maybe that's too strong, maybe not, people turn our country upside down. There are things we can do, and we don't have to wait to the midterm elections to start doing it. There are things you can do starting right now. And if you think that the progressive movement, the resistance movement isn't having an effect, well, did anybody see Bill Maher last night? A Republican congressman from California, Darrell, I forget his last name. Thank you. He has called for an independent investigation into the whole Russian scandal with Trump, and he asked Jeff Sessions to recuse himself from that. Yes. That is huge, and that is a direct result of what's been happening in the town halls, those who have them, and the streets, the protests, and other actions that the resistance movement has taken so far. And we still have so much ahead of us that we can do, that we need to do, that needs to be done. And I thank you for coming here today. That's a good first start. And I'm going to turn
Wait,
this...
Phil, Ashley Delshad. Dr. Ashley Delshad?
Yes. While you were at the lobby, she stood up and we
Oh,
all got
I'm
a chance
sorry.
to
I
do
asked
that.
him, he said he didn't.
But too much thanks are never a bad thing. So without further ado, I'm going to get off the stage here and turn things over to Jessica Weingarten, and she's going to show you a step-by-step blueprint on what we can do to make our country truly great again.
Thanks, Phil. I had some trouble with the microphone the first time, so if it cuts out, let me know. Can y'all hear me? Yes. Fantastic. Welcome. Who here is already a political activist? Okay, who wants to leave here a political activist? Okay, the rest of you can just well, let's see what we can do to sharpen your skills. I've been a political activist for 57 years. They started really, really young in my family. It is the family business, and carrying my first book basket is a really little thing. In my family, if your nose can reach the side of a card table while you're standing on an orange crate, you too are big enough to fill envelopes. That's sort of like how that goes. So, what are we going to do today? All right? I'm going to take you through a couple more things about Indivisible in general. I want to tell you a little bit more about our group. Then we're going to talk about the Resistance Toolkit. This guy, State Senator Dalen Leach, he's over mostly in Montgomery County, and he developed this Resistance Toolkit. He made a presentation in King of Prussia in January. Was anybody there? It was really spectacular. So, in the interest of full disclosure, I know him. We serve on a board together, and I asked if it was all right if I kind of hijacked his stuff and used it. And he said, you know, you can get away with it. You can tell him you are me. Now, if you Google Dalen Leach on a horse, you'll see him doing his presentation. And I gotta say, here's me. It looks much better on the horse. And I couldn't put that as one of my pictures because I'm trying to be really nice. But you should take a look at that. So we're going to go through that. And these are tactics. When we talk about political activism, we talk about three things. We talk about tactics, we talk about strategy, and we talk about issues. So these are tactics. We're then going to talk about short-term political action plans. It's going to be a strategy. So we're starting today, which is the 25th of February, and we go to the 16th of May, which is approximately 12 weeks. So I'll call out why, but raise your hand if you know why we would start on a start on a Saturday and end on a Tuesday. Okay, the rest of you are going to find out. Put it in your notes. All right. And then we'll go on to questions and answers. So let's get started. Phil told you a little about Indivisible. There is a website, and it looks like this. And they have the Indivisible Guide, which we are basically guided by. You can read it in both English and Spanish. If you haven't read it, it pays to read it, to see what works, what doesn't, why we're doing what we're doing. And then, if you don't happen to live in Chester County, you might want to join a group somewhere else. Maybe you know someone who lives in Indiana or Idaho or Alaska. You can help them go there to find a group. It is my fervent hope that we will have more smaller groups in Chester County that will function under the umbrella that is Indivisible Chester County. And Indivisible Chester County, by the way, is hooked up with Indivisible SEPA, Southeastern Pennsylvania, and that is hooked up with Indivisible Pennsylvania, because what we're trying to do is set up infrastructure and structure that can help groups at all levels. Indivisible is a people-powered group, citizen action from the ground up, because we win house by house, block by block, person by person. But in terms of an organization, to avoid duplication of effort, to have an economy of scale, we're trying to put some structure in. So if you'd like to form a group, please do. Add your group, let us know you're there, what we can do for you. You want to find this? It's in your handouts. And if you didn't download a handout, you can get one later or at any time from our Facebook group site in the files section. It's called a Saturday Handout. But this is the Indivisible Guide address, and it's in your handouts. So, Phil talked to you about the people who helped form this. They're the committee chairs. We'll be talking about the committees in a bit. In addition to these people, there are other people in the membership committee and social media committee and the research committee, the events committee, that have really given up their time and effort to help get Indivisible off the ground. Fundamentally, we're a couple months old, and we've done a lot in a couple of months. And for some reason that I really don't understand, they sort of said that I could be chair of the whole thing. And so these are my people, and they have worked so hard, and they really, all of them, deserve a huge hand. It's nights, it's weekends, it's when they should be sleeping, etc., and they're doing a great job. Enough about that. Let's talk about what we stand for, because when we talk about political activism, it's not just what we do and how we do it and what issues we do it for, but what do we really stand for? This is Indivisible's mission statement. It's 27 words long. It's pretty simple. It's pretty straightforward. So when we talk about making our voices known to our elected representatives, I went to the Teletown Hall put on by Ryan Costello last night before. Anybody else there? Yeah. It's an hour of my life I'll never get back. I take knowledge very seriously. I'm a real nerd, and I know that the job of a congressman is twofold. One, to provide constituent action, and number two, to represent the will of his or her constituents. And I listened to Ryan Costello, and we're making our voices known, but he's not hearing. So we have to keep working on that, because that's his job. And even Rick Santorum, swear to God, even Rick Santorum, before he got ousted from office that last year, he actually changed votes, including votes on Medicare and Social Security, because of the number of phone calls, cards, and letters he got. True. So I think we got a shot with Ryan, but if not, that brings us to our second line, which has to do with supporting candidates with progressive values. Now, I personally have some progressive values. I'm not a progressive, and kind of funny, I'm a liberal. I'm actually a card-carrying liberal. I have a card in my wallet with my name on it that says I am a liberal. I'm an old school liberal. Progressive positions are what the current activism is looking at because we need to change what the Trump administration is doing. But liberal says whatever progress is going forward, I'm still on the left side. I am still fighting to make sure that everybody is taken care of, fighting for social issues. Sometimes the progressive movement, like under Benjamin Disraeli or under Otto Bismarck, they kind of hijack it and use it to trick people. And we're going to see that from our elected representatives this time, where they make it look like they're doing you a favor, and then they pull the rug out from under you. So, for example, they're talking about the new versions of the Affordable Care Act. You know, oh, it's better for you. We're going to give you more offsets. We're going to give you credits, etc. They're lying, but what the hell? So we want to support people who represent us, because that's the way we win. So we make sure the people who are actively working against us no longer get to keep their elected positions. And finally, we take part in the nonviolent exercise of our First Amendment rights. First Amendment is pretty serious stuff. It's 5 pieces. So, I have a First Amendment story. I'm a big believer in the First Amendment, and as I mentioned, I was a nerd. And back in 2005, I used to have a road job, and I used to get USA Today at my hotel room door every day. And then I left that job and still kept getting the newspaper. And they, in 2005, did something very wrong. They had to apologize. They had to hire an ombudsman to take in complaints from people and things that they had gotten wrong. And so 2006, it's primary day. I'm going to go work at the polls, but it's early, and I'm drinking my coffee. It's a pretty day. I'm reading my paper, and there it is on the front page. But you passed the citizenship test. And they have the first question that they're going to ask on the first page, and it was about the First Amendment. I looked at the question, I looked at the answer, I spit my coffee. Very sad. And I called the ombudsman's office, and he wasn't in. There was some other guy there, and I'm like, there's a mistake on the first page of the paper with your question about the First Amendment. And he goes, what's the problem? I said, well, you only listed 4 out of 5 rights, and you missed freedom of the press. He goes, this is my first day, so I'm going to have to take some information. What's your name? I said, well, my name is Jessica Weingarten. And he went, oh, Dr. Weingarten. I said, is there a problem? He says, no. It's my first day. Everybody's in the morning meeting, and we have 2 boards. They're whiteboards, and one has people's names written in red, and there's people who call up, and they're, they're not always right. They're kind of goofy. And then there's the whiteboard with the green names, and they're the people that whenever they call it, they're always right. I said, so where am I? He goes, you're the only name on the green board. I said, well, if this fits, there's 5. So take this very seriously. By the way, you may not know this, but when the Constitution was being ratified, 2 states, New York and Virginia, would not ratify the Constitution unless a Bill of Rights was added, because they felt that this was so fundamental to what the United States needed to be, which we could segue off into the Federalist Papers, especially my favorite, number 10 of James Madison. Sorry, I digress. But anyway, these were considered to be incredibly important. And this was the first one, the one that they thought was the most important. So let's look at that top line where it says, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof. Now, what that means in today's society is that there is a separation, or there is supposed to be a separation, between church and state. Jefferson is rolling in his grave every time he hears some Republican talk about the necessity of founding things on what was written in the Bible. Not true. This country was founded with the idea of religious freedom, which includes having no religion. If you're an atheist, you're allowed to quote unquote practice that. When we look at the social issues that we believe in, gay marriage, transgender bathrooms, LGBTQ rights, women's health care, all of that stuff If we are a constitutional nation founded on the will of law, we have laws about those things. It's the people who think they're religious issues that give us problems, what we stand up for. We understand the idea of freedom of speech, which very sadly for me also means defending to the death the right of people with whom I disagree violently in my head. You still have the right of doing that. In Westchester, a whole bunch of years ago, the Klan march, they couldn't be turned down the permit because it was a legit permit. But was anybody at that march? That was a long time ago. What people did was they lined the streets, and as the marchers came down, they turned their backs to show disrespect and how it was not acceptable in Westchester. So, freedom of speech. That's also a bit of freedom to assemble. And in the middle, we've got freedom of the press, and we're going to be talking about that a lot more later on in this presentation. And finally, there's the idea of petitioning the government. Petitioning includes using the courts as a check and balance on Congress and the executive branch. So, rah to the ACLU. I'm often asked how Indivisible interacts with other groups, and between this session and the one before, people were like, well, I belong to these groups. Makes your group different? What's going on? These are interesting times. And there are a lot of groups that are just completely left-wing. Well, progressives, Move On, Bernie Sanders Resistance People. Those are nationwide groups. They're issue groups. Planned Parenthood, a lot of the immigration groups, a whole bunch of groups that are issue only. Indivisible is created to be local. So we are concerned with the people here in Chester County, what they do, what they need to know, how we need to help them, how to be a clearinghouse for events that they might wish to attend, for information that they need to know. And we interact with other groups to help pass along their information, and with other local committees to be able to help provide bodies for things they want to do. For example, I live in Tredeffrin. If Tredeffrin is planning on having a voter registration drive in Wilson Park, I'm going to reach out to everybody in Tredeffrin, in Indivisible, who very well might not be a member of the Tredeffrin Democratic Party, and say, hey, who wants to come with me on Sunday and register voters? So that's how we interact. Let's talk back about Dalen and the resistance toolkit, since none of you were there. This is him. This is not him on a horse. In the lower left-hand corner, that's Dalen in front of a town hall meeting of his constituents, because not all elected officials are afraid of the people that they're in. And in the upper right-hand corner, that's Tom Wolf signing the medical marijuana bill that was sponsored by Dalen, who's behind him, and the Republican who's to the right of Dalen. And I asked him, how did that feel working with the Republican? He goes, hey, you're older than I am. You remember when the parties used to work together, negotiate a settlement? And I'm like, yeah. He goes, well, it could happen again. Sometimes when something is really important and there's a legitimate life and death reason to do something, we can work together. Excuse me. So this is from his toolkit, but before we get there, we're going to say, is Indivisible a Democratic group? Now, most of you are probably registered Democrats as opposed to being registered Republicans or Greens or Independents, or, God forbid, not registered. By the way, is there anybody in the audience who is not registered to vote? Okay. See me afterwards.
Because I'm not American.
Okay.
I have green card. But I'm
Well, anyway, I have a voter registration drive, so I had to ask. Okay? We are not a Democratic group. We are a citizen participation group. We are people power. And most normally, citizen action is nonpartisan. And I'm going to give you some examples of citizen action, and you're going to see how nonpartisan it is. Let's go back. Go back to 1773 and the Boston Tea Party. Nobody had a party affiliation when they were dumping tea in the harbor. This led to the Declaration of Independence, 1776, and finally to the writing and ratification of the U.S. Constitution. So a long time for citizen action. A lot of people died, but with citizen action, it was nonpartisan. Here's another example. It's the Underground Railroad. It ran for 65 years. And nobody said, hey, before I help you, what political party are you a member of? Or, I'm not going to let you help me unless I know whether you're a Whig or not. But it's a people power, and it works because it's people helping people. And that's a lot of what we do. One of the biggest political action things that started, as a matter of fact, in 1619 and continues on through today is the labor movement. So running up the left side of your screen, and I couldn't get everything on, but these are strikes starting in Jamestown in 1619, and they're going to stop around 1900, but they continue on. And coming up on the right side will be the outgrowth of this kind of citizen action. Things like an age that when kids are under that age, they can't work, especially in factories. An 8-hour workday, 40-hour work week. Health insurance from your employer. OSHA. In 1980, and again, it goes on, I just ran out of room on the slide. In 1980, a bunch of stewardesses at Eastern Airlines, after a 16-year court battle, got the right to get married and keep their jobs. Honest, you can check, I don't make this stuff up. Today, labor has to do with the fight for 15, because people need to have a living wage. And that is not a new concept. It dates back to FDR's State of the Union speech, where he talked about the second Bill of Rights, which included health care, which included full employment, which included a living wage. Because these are things that people consider to be important. And citizens, regular people like you and me, get together and work on. So let's review. Birth of a nation, the Underground Railroad, unions, and let's not forget protesting against the Vietnam War, women's suffrage, civil rights movement, gay rights movement. These are all citizen power. The most recent one, as Phil mentioned, was the Tea Party, 2009. Anybody know what T stands for? Yeah, taxed enough already. And what that came from was the Koch brothers, who decided to basically convince people who didn't know any better that they were taxed at too high a rate, and therefore they had to form this offshoot of the Republican Party to get taxes to come down. Well, let me tell you something. Your taxes are not too high. They're probably too low. And your federal taxes, since most people have no idea what they pay in federal taxes, when you fill out your tax form this year, you'll see the number that is your gross income, and then you'll have your deductions and exemptions and whatever, and there'll be a bottom line that says this is how much tax is a combination of what you pay plus anything that was taken out of your pay. So you divide that, and you'll find out that you're paying between 10 and 15% in federal taxes. 10 and 15% to run the court system, run the military, provide food stamps, etc., etc. Not a lot of money. I digress. Look at the past month. Look at what all of you, all of us have done. The White House is in complete disarray, and every time something happens, it makes them crazier, which I'm trying to be really, really nice, but anyway, sorry, I digress. There are whole bunches of congressmen and senators across the country who are afraid of the people who elected them to office. That means the cards, the letters, the protests are working. On Women's March Day, worldwide, 4 million people marched. 4 million people. That's huge. And I don't know if you saw the pictures, but I was really impressed about the march in Kirkuk in Iraq. And I was impressed with the march at the South Pole. there was a march in a small town in Canada. It's only a half-mile long, like from end to end. It's got like population 50 people and 20 some odd of them march. Back up and down that little half mile. But you know something? It matters. Look at what we've done, and we can only do more. All right? So what's at stake? Okay, can you hear me now? All right. These are issues. I told you earlier that there are issues and tactics and strategies. Some of these might be your particular issue. Some of them might be less important to you. Everybody has an issue. If you're a parent with a special needs child in the first grade, education is probably important to you. If you commute on the Pennsylvania Turnpike and you can no longer get to Jersey, infrastructure is a really big deal right now. If you're about to lose your health insurance if the ACA goes down, that's what matters to you. And I'm now going to say the most obnoxious and arrogant thing that I'm hopefully going to say the whole day, and in the end I think you're going to agree with me. Your issue is subservient to my issue. Because with my issue, your issue has no shot. My issue is democracy. Without democracy, voting rights don't matter. Everybody's going to vote, but you're going to vote with the imprint of your thumb, and there's only one person that's on the ballot. War doesn't matter. They're going to conscript you as young children and send you off to any war that they want. If we lose democracy, we lose everything. So, what is democracy? Democracy is a political system. It's not an economic system. It's a political system. And our system says that it's a representative democracy where we elect people to represent us. So once again, we elect people. They're supposed to carry out our will as our representatives. It's as opposed to other systems like a parliamentary system or a banana republic or a failed state. It is different than an economic system, which could be capitalist, corporatist, socialist, communist. It's a political system. And ours happens to be unique. Our country has held elections in every state of the union on the first Tuesday after the first Monday every November since 1789 with a bloodless transfer of power. No country in the history of the world has ever successfully duplicated that. A lot of countries that are democratic have parliamentary systems. They call elections. They don't have scheduled elections. Or there's some blood involved in the transfer of power. This is democracy, and this is what sort of matters. It mattered so much to the founders that people-powered democracy were basically the first three words of the Constitution. We the people. We the people. Has anybody here been to the Constitution Center in Philadelphia? I love the Constitution Center. I go there as often as I can. I bring people. If you haven't been, you want to go see me after, I'll take you. Because I love it. So, I like to go and watch the Freedom Rising show, and I cry every single time. It's amazing. And then I go upstairs with my people, and we play the games, and we look at the displays, and we go to the Bronze Hall, and I hug James Madison because he's my favorite, and he's just my size. And he is. There's pictures. Anyway. And then I take them out on the second floor balcony and have them look down the mall, past the Liberty Bell, to Independence Hall, which has been here a long time. They finished building it in 1753, older than the country. And I point out that our founding fathers and their wives and their children and everybody who stood with them were guilty of treason against the crown. It's a hanging offense, serious offense. They were willing to die so that we can stand on that balcony at the Constitution Center and look at Indivisible at Independence Hall and breathe free. That's what they were willing to die for. It's why I'm a political activist, and it's why my issue is democracy. Because without democracy, we lose America and nothing else matters. There's been one true constitutional crisis in America. Called the Civil War. People talk about, oh, it's a constitutional crisis. No, not really. But that one was. And during the so concerned with democracy that what he said was that no matter what, government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth. Because back then we were the true democracy. To this day we are a shining beacon, and we need to protect that at all costs. And later there'll be a quiz, and the answer will be democracy. Just saying. So we have warning signs that our democracy is being lost. And they override, once again, all the issues. And I don't want to say that your issue is not important. Your issue is important. But your issue goes away if we lose our system of government. So, obstructions to voting. The people in power want to make sure that the people who aren't in power can't vote. We've all seen this. We fight for this. So one of the things that we plan to do, Citizen Power in Action, is make sure that people can vote, that they know where to vote, and that they remember when election day is, because that's a biggie. The abandonment of campaign finance laws, y'all know Citizen United, it means that money matters more than a single voice, and that's bad. Extreme gerrymandering. We all know about gerrymandering? Yes. Anybody who thinks we live in a nice, clean little district? No, we don't. It's terrible. All right? And that makes it possible to basically tamp down whose vote counts and whose vote doesn't. And finally, the delegitimization of the media. I'm sure you all know yesterday that various media outlets were banned from the press gavel. Now, there was a pool report. In addition to everything else I spend my time on, I've been a blogger for many years, and I get the pool reports every day, and I can tell you that they're nowhere near as good as they were under the Obama or the Bush administrations, because they're much more succinct and lacking in all sorts of things. And if we lose the media, who shuts off the media? People like Lenin and Stalin and Hitler and Putin, because if they control the message, how do you have any idea what's actually going on? You don't. So this is the new masthead of the Washington Post, and it says, democracy dies in darkness, and we are going to be the light that's going to help make sure that that doesn't happen. So what y'all can do today, and I'll mention this again, is take out a subscription to the Washington Post and or the New York Times. Just do it. It's not going to cost you much, and it shows your support, and it helps them pay for what they do. So there's that. All right, you learned something that you can leave now. No. All right. So what does it take to do this? Does it take everybody in America to save democracy? No, it doesn't. Columbia University did a study. They looked at things to find out the percentage of a population that needs to come together to effect change. Anybody want to guess what that number is?
5%.
Who said 3.5? Oh, were you here earlier? Yes, that is the number. Thank you. Fantastic. Thank you. Okay. We'll have more numbers coming up. See if you can get the 161,000 number. That's the one. Not joking. Okay. So this is all. So let's look at Chester County. Let's do some math. Population is about 500,000. About 18,000 people, or 3.5%, which is about half of how many people in Chester County get insurance through the Affordable Care Act. Then we have registered voters, because they're the ones who are going to make a difference. It's about 12,000 people. And you go, 12,000 people. I can't do that. I'm just one person. Don't worry. It's not that hard to climb, and there's all of us to do the work. We're going to come back to these numbers. So let's talk about some ground rules before we talk about what to do, let's talk about what not to do. So the first one is don't use slurs or demeaning language. Now for anybody that actually knows me, and in the first session today, there were people who really snickered because they do know me. Don't use slurs or demeaning language. Do as I say, not as I do, okay? I have a real problem with this one. I'm really clean on our website, on our Facebook group. I try to be good. Well, I don't be that good where I blog. I'm one of the owners, so you get everything. But my Twitter feed is nothing nice. It's all, I have pet names for so many people. Do as I say, not as I do. Has anybody ever said that to one of your kids? Yeah, right. Yes, you have. Okay. Don't hang anybody. Don't burn anybody. We're not violent. Don't spit. Don't curse. My mother always says that if you have to curse, it means you don't know enough words in the English language. I disagree with her to a certain extent because sometimes just saying a good is just what's necessary. But usually try to use your big girl words or your big boy words. Don't put a congressman's name on iTunes. That's just rude. Right? Yeah, it is. Don't wish them dead. Wish them unemployment. They wish you unemployment. Don't shut down galleries where you could participate. Here's how that goes. You go to a town hall, you're at your senator's office, whatever, and instead of listening, asking a question, letting someone else ask a question, you heckle, you yell, you slurs to me like spitting, cursing, and shoes, etc. That's not helpful. You want to be able to engage them. So don't shut it down if you can participate. And finally, don't assume you can be opposed. I find this interesting. A few days ago, my neighbor and I were going door to door because she wants to be judge of elections. She wants to be re-elected judge of elections, so we need to get her petition signed. And I'm looking at the list that we have of Democratic voters. She has to be a Democrat. We don't go to Democratic houses. And I'm like, wow, I didn't know he'd be on the list. And she's like, the guy in the corner? And I'm like, yeah, he's ex-military. He's like really kind of tough. And, I'm surprised he's not a Republican. And we get to the house, so surprised. And his wife answers the door, and we coo over the 2-month-old baby, and this little girl comes out and doesn't love the kids. And she's like, oh yeah, I'll sign. And he's like, whoa, what are you signing? What's going on? I'm like, uh-oh. And he comes out and said, what are you doing? I said, well, you know me, your kid and my dog play together, and it's my next door neighbor's running for judge of elections. What party? And I said, the Democratic Party. He says, good. If you people were here about Trump, I was going to throw you out. So 5 minutes later, not only has everybody signed the petition and they're going to the petition party that's happening tonight, but he's like, when can you field me? I want to go door to door. When are you sending me out? I'm like, okay, we have to wait till the middle of March because it's still petition season. We don't have candidates yet. He says, all right, I know where you live. Of course he knows where I live. It's 5 floors down. So, but yeah, don't assume that. You'd be amazed how many people suddenly had a change of heart on November 9th. But, okay. So let's talk about what works and what doesn't from the resistance toolkit. And this is what works and what doesn't in terms of political action. Doesn't mean these things do or don't work in other areas. This is just for our topic today. Twitter and Facebook. Does this mean that you can't use Twitter and Facebook? No, use Twitter, use Facebook. I myself have 5 different Twitter feeds. It's astounding to me. And I have to keep switching back and forth. I need somebody to program my phone so I can do them all at once because I tweet for other people. It's a lot of fun. It gets people together. But in terms of getting action accomplished with your elected officials, does nothing. Wasting your time. Unless you're Donald Trump, and as Phil says, he tweets and our membership goes up, and you can actually watch and keep track. All right. Facebook is good for a lot of things, but you go right on your congressman's Facebook page, it doesn't mean anything. Online petitions are trash. They will work for certain businesses. You're a what do you call it? Customer there. She spends your money there. They want to know what you like and what you don't like. Some petitions truly take off, but in terms of petitioning, we want Congress to enact a bill that says blah, blah, blah. Nothing. So don't waste your time. And by the way, in answer to the question, because I get this question, what about the White House petitions where if 100,000 people sign, they have to do something? So what I'm not allowed to say, because I'm being on my very, very best behavior, has to do with who has the ability to count up to 100,000, okay? Never mind, didn't go there. But seriously, they're not going to do it. They don't care. That wasn't their rule, and they're just taking things down left and right, so no. Email blasts. You get an email and it says, oh, cut and paste this email and send it to every senator you know. No, nothing. And in fact, I got a question after the last session with What if I just send an email to my congressman or to my senator? It's pretty useless. They don't read them and they don't care about them. And the reason for that is when you go onto their site to fill out a little form where you can write your comment, what they do in the background immediately is they check that you're who you say you are and that you are a constituent. And they don't get that with an email. They're not going to bother with it. So emails don't work. Personal phone calls are a good idea. We're going to talk about that some more. Handwritten letters are a good idea. They love cards and letters. You want to send postcards instead of letters if you can, because since anthrax, they have to be very careful about opening envelopes for little like powder checks, but they don't have to open anything in a card. They can just read it. So it's a good idea. Personal visits to your rep's office. Show up. If you go to Tuesdays with Toomey, he's moving from 16th Street to, I believe, 2nd and Chestnut. So check your directions before you go. Confrontation in public forum. It's my goal to confront my people like in a restaurant, especially like during the entree phase, but as a restaurant. Where I live in Tredeffen, my state assemblyman is a guy like Warren Mein Kampf, and he takes his dog to the same dog park that I do. And I could confront him, but our dogs really, really like one another. So I don't want to upset Fiona, but that's good. But an even better plan is a planned confrontation in a public area with the media. The media is your friend. And the media is not the friend of the current administration or most of the people on the Republican side who are elected officials. So, all right, that's what works and what doesn't. So now let's look at your to-do list. All right? First, you want to form a social media list. This is all you're doing now. And what that means is you have people who you share certain interests with. Like, for example, you might be concerned with the deportation of people who are not completely documented. So you might have a list of people that you would immediately send out an email blast or a group text or something like that going, they're rounding up people in Kennett Square, let's get down there and stand there and see what we can do. You want to have groups of your friends and family and compadres that you can reach out to quickly. Meet up in person. It's good to know one another, like you know me not because I'm wearing a pink pussy hat or I'm wearing my safety pin, but you've seen me, you've heard me, you come up to me. And we have to build webs. Think spiders, not internet. Strong, elegant, well-woven webs of people from different places and different organizations who are all committed to the same end. And what's that end? Thank you. Okay, you can all go to your rooms. But it's important to meet up in person. As Indivisible, we will be putting together postcard parties in March. We're putting together meet and greets so that you can come and, not in a training thing, but get a beer, talk to like-minded people, build the web of people who will stick together. It's important. Follow the hierarchy of legislative action. Now, if I quizzed you, how many people could actually tell me how a bill becomes a law, including committee things, sidetracks, etc.? Oh, come on. Thank you. And what, are you Canadian? Is that the Canadian system? All right, is that the American system or the Canadian system?
No, it's the American. Canadian's more British. That's a whole other story.
No, I know their system. I live for this stuff.
Okay.
But anyway, you probably get emails or notifications. We have to call up because this bill is coming to the floor and we have to tell people what to do. Where do you think that information comes from? It comes from people who actually have been tracking it from the inception of the idea until where it needs to go. I am behind, but I will be putting out videos that show you how to actually track those things step by step. I'm seriously a month behind and I'm sorry, but I'm going to be able to do that so you'll be able to learn it. but it's important to be able to track the legislation, because there's no point calling your congressman going, you have to vote on this, when he goes, what are you talking about? And you're like, it's coming to the floor. No, it's not. It's in committee. It's going to be stalled there for the next 6 months. Don't waste your time. Don't waste his time. Support organizations that act. So, for me and a lot of people, a few weekends ago, it meant getting up, opening up the New York Times, seeing the line, and the ACLU has filed suit, about what's happening at the airport. So you stop reading and you make that donation to the ACLU. There's a lot of good organizations. That's one of mine, but there are a ton of them, and they need your money. And don't forget to get those newspaper subscriptions. Symbolically protest. Is there anyone here who protested Vietnam? Yeah. Really? You've been here that long, you're not a citizen yet? God. Oh, okay, fine. What I remember most about protesting against Vietnam was, number one, tear gas, and number two, getting knocked out. I was a little person, and then getting arrested but not charged, because in New York City they didn't like to charge 12-year-olds. My dad was okay. My mom was beside herself, like, how'd you get out of the house? But it may come to that here. It may come to those kinds of protests. How well we do practicing on this year's election and being set up for next year's election will dictate what the protests end up being in a few years. And personally, I'm not 12 anymore, and this time when they knock me down, they will arrest me. And at my age, my hip's probably going to fracture, and I can only hope for good medical care in jail. So, right now, symbolically protest and fight for the broader cause. And I know you know this broader cause. Democracy! Sorry, this matters. All right. So, what are we going to do, and why are we going to do it? The easy way is, look at this face. Look at this face. How many more years do you want to spend calling his office going, Pat, could you help me out here? No. And then you write a letter, I wrote a letter on the ACA. You know what I got back? Fish and wildlife. I sent another letter back using all the words I'm not supposed to use in public. You blah, blah, blah. I wrote you a letter about X. You sent it back. Could you please answer my letter? And they sent me something back on voting rights. Yes. I don't want to do this a long time. You know what I have to do? I have to get him out of there. I can't get him out of there today. But there's other people I can get out this year, and more people I can get out next year. And if you help me, by the time it comes time for him to run again, you and everybody you know will be out there voting the same way that you brush your teeth twice a day, because that's what you do. That's it. So what are we going to do? G-O-T-V, get out the vote. That's what we do. That is the political action, and it's got a whole bunch of moving parts. You have to register voters. You have to make sure that they know when the election is. You have to find out who the candidates are. You have to help the candidates. You have to know what's going on. You have to coordinate with a whole bunch of groups. So, let me show you what this looks like. For those of you that have never done this before, I've got pictures. This is what it looks like when you go to somebody's house, either to register them to vote or to canvass them. Sometimes the people have really nice shirts. This is what it looks like when women don't have the right to vote, and so they're making signs to convince their husbands, fathers, and brothers to let them vote like the rest of Americans. This is what women look like now, trying to get people to vote. Look at that. Much better clothing. This is what it looks like when we go out when we have to wear coats, because it's not always summer. We do not go out in the pouring rain. We do not go out in blizzards. But we do go out when other people would think, I don't know. I am on crutches probably 4 or 6 months a year because I need a new knee. And so my knee hurts and I end up on crutches. And I go door to door with candidates on my crutches with my knapsack because I can still stand up. You do not have to have my level of dedication. Honestly, you really don't. Probably if you thought you did, you'd run screaming now. But some of us have to do that, and it's what I did. So now, this is what it looks like when we all get together. We're going to go out, go to a park, go to a function, registered voters, and then there's a headquarters. So we keep track of who's doing what to who. This is from Massachusetts. They have a lot of stuff on the wall. We have more computer stuff now. It's pretty cool. Now, my family, everybody's a political activist. And when I say everybody, I mean everybody. So on the left here is Olivia. Olivia was head of security at the Obama 08 call center that I ran. And the kid who, for his own protection, I chopped off his face, was a sophomore in high school. And we used to have to drive him to school every morning at 10 in the morning because he was a truant, and we just couldn't have that. But yeah, that was my happy security dog, and she very sadly passed away at the age of 15. And now I have Fiona, my current squeeze, who, before she was a year old, was working voter registration. Please notice, always have water for your dogs at voter registration because it gets hot out there all day, and they're doing a really important job of attracting the children who bring their parents who become the voters. Okay, why do we do this? We do this so that people can vote. They know where to vote. They know when to vote. They know what they need to bring with them to vote. So that's all important, and we do it for Election Day. And this year in Pennsylvania, our next election day is May 16th, which is why our action plan starts on a Saturday and ends on a Tuesday. By the way, there are 2 elections today. One's in Delaware to determine control of the state Senate. And the other is, I believe, in Washington, and it is going to be the election of the chair of the DNC. And had they run that election a week ago, my presentation today might have been very, very different. But this is our plan. I'm asking you to commit your time and your effort between now and the 16th of May. But don't worry, I've got more for you to do after that. But just for now, between now and the 16th of May. So I brought this math up to you before. We're going to do some math again. More fun with numbers. So here's some numbers. And you go, oh, this is such a heavy lift, Jessica. I can't do this. My God, they're beating us by 5 points. How are we ever going to do this? And I said, don't worry, I got you covered. So this is the number of registered voters, but not all voters vote all the time. So does anybody know, I did the math. I looked at 20 years of off-year elections and primaries and came up with an average of how many people across Chester County, your mileage may vary in your particular precinct, what percentage vote on primary day in off-year elections? It's a little higher than that, but it's good. 5 is a good guess. 11 is the guess in Chester County. So that's not a lot of people. It means that you can change an election. So on an off-year election, if it was going to be a statewide election, do you know how many people per precinct in Pennsylvania you would have to get to vote your way to change the outcome of the election? How many per precinct? What? Close, but 2. Just 2. That's it. In fact, last year, Hillary Clinton lost the state of Pennsylvania. Do you know how many votes she would have had to get per district? Per precinct to have won? It's a big election. Lots more people than 11% vote. Anybody? That's it. So imagine if you can bring me 5 voters by next summer, imagine what we can do. You know 5 people who don't vote. I know you do. In fact, you might be someone who doesn't vote in off-year elections. Does anybody here actually know their voter score? Pardon? That's why you know your voter score. That's why I know my voter score. What a voter score is it tells you what percentage of the elections you voted in for the last 10 years. Thank you for your score. So if you have a voter score of less than 100, it means you don't vote in all the elections. And the likelihood is that you didn't vote in the spring of 2015. Who here, aside from the 2 of us, voted in the spring of 2015? Really? Fantastic. And yet you don't know your voter scores. We'll have to look those up for you. For everybody who didn't vote, if you vote this time and we need to change 2 people per precinct, and you're one of them and you can bring one friend, imagine what that means. All right? I'm going to show you some more numbers, these scary numbers. These are big numbers. These numbers come from Florida. These are from the Secretary of State's office of registered Democrats, registered Republicans, and there are some other parties, but they're not germane to our little conversation here. Those numbers are from last November 1st. So here are the number of votes that Trump got, the number of votes that Clinton got, and the difference, which is 119,770. It's not that big a difference in that big a thing. And if you'll notice, more people voted for Trump than there were registered Republicans, and many few people voted for Clinton than there were registered Democrats. The turnout issue. But then I have this number down here. I warned you 161,000 was coming up. Time magazine 2 weeks ago went down to Florida to find out the write-in votes. So there's somebody who got 161,000 write-in votes in Florida, much more than 119,000. I'll give you a clue, it's not Bernie Sanders. Anybody want to guess who got 161,000 votes last November in Florida statewide? That's correct.
Oh, that infuriates me. I'm a judge of elections.
It's like, really? So anyway. So this is what we're up against. We're up against the Mickey Mouse electorate. That's okay. So what do we do for an action plan? First, you can register blank houses on your block. What's a blank house? A blank house is a house where you know that there's no registered voter. So this is a list in my neighborhood, and this block is 1 block away from me. This block is 2 blocks away from me. I know that there's no voter in that house because I went to her funeral and I know nobody's going to be voting from there. But no, it's true. It's very sad. She was my friend, and she had ovarian cancer. But the house hasn't been sold yet, and I know nobody's going to vote, so I'm not going to bother with that. But I know county court, and I'm going to go over there, and that's one of my action items. Who's there that I don't know about, and why are they not voting? Why are they not registered? In my neighborhood, people register to vote for a lot of reasons. We'll get to that. You can canvass your neighborhood. And nobody can stop you from going door to door through your neighborhood. This happens to be a list with the personal information going of Democrats. And the year they register, all this data is easy to get. We can help you with data. Your local Democratic committee can help you with data. For 20 or 25 bucks, you can go to, Westchester Voter Services. They'll give you a CD with all this information on it. It's not hard to get. And you can go around going, hey, do you know there's an election this year? I do that a lot when I'm walking my dog. I'm going through the park going, hey, do you know there's an election this year? And I wear my Remember to Vote t-shirt because, well, you know. Anyway, you can register voters. There will be voter registration drives, but nothing can stop you from registering voters. I actually am a voter registration drive. We'll get to that in a second. There are 2 ways to register voters. One is online, and one is on paper. And I know a lot of people today say, oh yeah, let's do it online. It's quicker, it's easier, it's faster, let's do that. And I say, yeah, not so fast. When you register someone online, the data goes to Harrisburg. It is parsed in Harrisburg and then returned to the counties, because voter registration in Pennsylvania is by county. So, anybody familiar with Motor Voter, where you go, you can change your address? 50% of the time on Motor Voter, the information never gets back to the county, especially in time for an election. They're doing better with online. Sometimes they're pretty fast at it, but I don't quite trust it yet. So you have a form, and the other thing is this line right here. A lot of people don't know the difference between what city they live in and what municipality you live in. And I know it's different in Canada. And if you do it wrong, they might just, path of less resistance, put it on the side and not worry about it, and you're not going to know. So the last reason that I love paper is because I can then write down those names and phone numbers. And who doesn't want to get a call from me going, hi, this is Jessica. I registered you to vote a month ago. I'm just calling to make sure that you got your voter registration card. Great. Now, are you familiar with where it's listed that you're supposed to vote? If not, I can get you directions. Do you need someone to give you a ride to the polls? Do you need a reminder of when election day is? Because in political activism, what we know is to get something passed, to get something elected, 5 touches per voter. So here, that's 2 of them right there. So the next thing you can do is you can be a voter registration drive. I am a voter registration drive. I have been a voter registration drive for many, many years. One of the reasons I'm a voter registration drive is that one of my grandmothers went to jail twice so that I can vote today, and I'll live in this room and vote today. And I owe it to her memory. So not only do I register voters by walking around my neighborhood, but you can ask my husband, who was here earlier this morning, and will certainly confirm this. We go to a restaurant, he has a long conversation about the right, his actual recent story for a brunch. He's like, so what's in the Giorgio, and what would be the best wine to have? And so they go off for 15 minutes, I read the beer time, and then the waiter looks at me, he says, and for you, ma'am? I said, I'd like the pancakes, and by the way, are you registered to vote? And seriously, where are you going to find unregistered voters? Restaurants, the parking lot at Dunkin' Donuts, the Wawa. And you can, if they ask you to leave, you're on private property, you have to leave, but you can do that. I don't leave the state without voter registration forms from wherever I'm going. I was in Texas, and it's a true story, and I had directions going north of Dallas to some little podunk town, and I got lost, and the road was bad, the road was narrow, and there was no GPS, because there was no GPS back then. And I'm sort of like, I can't turn around. I see this clearing and there's these guys. They don't look savory, just saying. But I had no choice. They were, they were burning stuff. They had stuff, and I don't know. So I went over and figured they'd either, chop me up and put me in whatever that firepower was, or they'd give me directions to where I was going, and I left with 10 new registered voters. Yes. And yes, I did call them all to make sure that we got their cards, because I am a voter registration driver. There's no reason you can't be a voter registration driver. Is there anybody here who owns a car? Raise your hand if you own a car. Okay. In your trunk, you put a stack of these. If you get them at voter services, you have a couple pens, a couple clipboards, you could be a voter registration booth too. Very easy. Okay. Canvass for the candidate. There'll be lots of candidates running this year. In fact, there are petition parties going on last weekend, this weekend, next weekend to get people on the ballot. You can find out who's running to be board supervisors in your town, a local judge, whatever you want to do. And when they're going to canvass your neighborhood, who better to show them your neighborhood than you? You know your neighbors. You can take them, hi, this is so-and-so, so-and-so's running for this. Just want you to meet, by the way, here's an engine in this coffee cake. No, just kidding about the coffee cake. I want you to know when they're new in your neighborhood. All right. And you can turn out your neighborhood. Now, here's the turnout story. As I said, I live in Tredeffen. And we have reasonably good turnout comparatively. But the person who's the chair of the Tredeffen Dems did a little bit of a deeper dive because there was a slight skew where I live. And it turns out that on my block, everybody votes, unless they have a really, really good excuse, like death. And people are so afraid of not voting on my block that, and I'm at the polls all day long for one reason or another. They get a little slip you get after you vote, and they go, I have my slip, and people sign their slips, they take them to my door, so I put up an envelope, they just put them in. And people can leave in the polls, and if I'm like outside catching a break, they'll say to someone, I'm only here because I can't go home if I don't vote. I live near her, so you too, you don't have to do it that way, but you certainly can do that. So here are important election dates, and they are in your handout. But what I want you to notice is that, yeah, we have the primary on the 17th. We've got the election in November, but it's cyclic. After we're done with the absentee ballots and the votes, then we start registering voters. Then we work with the candidates. And over here, when this is done in November, we'll be working with next year's candidates. Because, as Teddy Kennedy said, the work never ends, as it were. Okay, so what's your personal action plan? If you print out your handout, there's a place for you to write it down. And if not, you can go to our group page and go to the file section, and download a handout. Pretty easy. So first we start with, we have a website. Thank you, Shannon. And on our website, what we're going to do is we have a whole bunch of resources if you need to find out information that are listed there. And we have a calendar, and we're going to be putting more stuff on the calendar. And we're going to use our website for information that will be of use to you. And if we get enough volunteers, which is my next bullet point, we'll be able to start pushing out data sooner rather than later. Join our website. Now, to join our website, if you live in Chester County, we're going to ask you for your name, your address, your phone number, and your email address. And then we're going to back check you to make sure you're who you say you are, and we're going to get your voter score. And the reason that we do it that way is first, we have 1,400 people, give or take, signed up for our Facebook page. I know they don't live here. I mean, not all of them, but, and certainly there are people who are like affiliates to us, who are members of other Indivisible groups, or people that we know, and that's fine. But our charge is Chester County. And we want to be able to tell you, if you want, as I said earlier, you live in Kennett Square, I want to be able to get an email out to you that says they're in your neighborhood and they're rounding up your neighbors. And we can't do that unless we can micro-target. We can only micro-target if we know who you are. So we'd like you to join our website, and something that we'll be doing there is we're planning on having postcard parties in March, where somebody will host it. Anybody wants to host, let us know. We'd love to have you do that. And people will come fill out postcards, meet and greet, and we'll be able to launch that on the website so people can sign up, and we'll be able to say, okay, this is enough people going to this place, we need more places, etc. Our website, we're basically 2 months old. We got a website that's going up. We're going to be getting better and better and have more and more stuff on it. Very exciting. With clipboards, and we're going to send around clipboards during the question and answer session. We'd like you to sign up for our committees. We have 5 committees because we need your help. It's nice you want to be a political activist. Come help us. We have a membership committee, and right now they're busy back-checking names, but it's also their job to be able, when a member says, I have a question, are you doing this, are you doing that? They're the people that answer those emails. We have an outreach committee. The outreach committee works with other groups to help build that web of who is who, and to outreach to people in Chester County going, hey, come join us. We have a social media group, and our social media group not only does the website, but when we have more people, we'll be able to leverage MailChimp and send out emails. I know that's what you need to know, you know, to be able to use our Twitter feed, our Instagram feed, etc. We have an events committee, and it took a big group of people to be able to find this venue, coordinate with the right person to get us this space. We want more space going forward, not just for trainings, but for rallies, for meet and greets, for parties, for other learning opportunities. And we need people on that committee to help find places and nail them down. And finally, we have the research committee. Our research committee has put up the resources list on the website, and they'll be doing more research about those various bills that you have to follow in legislative action, etc. And they are coordinating with their counterparts in other individual groups across the state to make sure that for all the state legislation, there's a deeper dive and less duplication of effort. So we want you to sign up. Please join us. And then learning. Over the next 90 days, I want you to learn something. Maybe you've decided you want to read the Constitution. And can you say, how many amendments are there in the Constitution? 27. And so then if anybody had known that, I was going to say, okay, name them. But it pays to know that. You also might want to read party platforms. You don't have to be like me. I read every party platform. They come out once every 4 years, including the one from the Constitution Party that still uses the word hangin, H-A-N-G-I-N apostrophe. But know, if you are a member of a political party, know what your party stands for. With the exception of the Democratic platform in 2008, every platform is top down. 2008 on the Democratic side was the exception. So when you are looking at a candidate, there are people who say, you know, I vote for the man, I don't vote by party. When someone runs on a party line, that is what they stand for. So when Ryan Costello is our congressman, if you read the Republican platform, you'll know what he stands for. If he didn't believe in those things, he would have run as a Democrat, or a Green, or something else. But maybe what you want to know is about how to do legislation. Maybe you want to join our research team and we'll give you something that you want to learn about and then share with others. But learn something. It's important. Person-to-person action. Political activists are good people. They're nice people. And we want you to do stuff, I want you to do stuff, for other people. Maybe your parents need extra help. Maybe you see someone sitting by the side of the road and you give them a big smile because the only good thing that happened to them that day was that you smiled at them. Maybe it is going down to Kennett Square and standing shoulder to shoulder with someone going, no, you're not going back to Mexico today. Think about what you want to do, person to person, to do something over the next 90 days. And then there's resistance action. There's the stuff from the toolbox. Make those phone calls. Keep those cards and letters coming in. Write letters to your newspaper. See if you can get them published. Go to the rallies. This one was at Costello's office in Westchester. And then there's grab your wallet, which goes here and also goes on the next one. Grab your wallet is the listing of the boycott. Perhaps you don't feel this way or it's too tough, but for some of us, we don't want our hard-earned money going to the Trump Foundation. And if you feel that way, you have to boycott the people who sell his products, etc. Finally, there's money. So we already talked about signing up for subscriptions. Give generously if you can. And for those people that say, I don't have any money, perhaps you, like me, have a bit of a relationship with the local Starbucks. And my husband says I don't actually drink coffee. I drink coffee-flavored beverages. They're pretty expensive. So if I gave up one of them a week, that's $250 more a year that I have to give to Planned Parenthood or the ACLU or the Southern Poverty Law Center, etc. Perhaps you take your work to lunch. You take your lunch to work. You buy your lunch at work. If instead you took your lunch to work one day a week, thank you, that's probably $5 to $10. That's another chunk that you might have. So here's my action plan. It's actually all written out. And then I typed it because if you saw my writing, it would be an embarrassment to put it up here. And these are the different things that I'm doing in each of those areas. So I have one question for you, and then I'll take questions, or all the people from Indivisible will take your questions. Did you learn something today? Okay, well, if you learned something, thank you. Questions?
Did you read about the data mining technology that the Trump campaign used to gather information for to get out the vote, and they accessing social media and specifically targeting who they went to?
Everybody who data mines does that, and their data miners were not as good as Obama's data miners because they had trouble getting people from the tech field to do that. But everybody who data mines does that. The government does it. Oh, I'm sorry. Everybody data mines. It's not just the campaigns, the government data mines, Amazon data mines. How do you think when you go onto the internet, they know that you were chosen for that new curry? It's that sort of thing. Everybody data mines.
I came to get out the vote for the Dems this year, and it just felt like what I read about that was light years ahead of what we had. They were all on.
Where were you?
I was in Westchester.
You worked for Stephanie Markstein?
Well, no, I live in Glenmore, but I came down here to.
Okay. She's head of the Westchester Dems.
They were all on their smartphones and were giving feedback instantly.
Yes, Democrats have the ability to do that, but it's not done through the committees, it's done through the campaigns. So The Republicans didn't do it through their committees either, they do it through the campaigns. If you had worked on Hillary Clinton's campaign, you would have had the ability to do the same thing. It's different for the committees.
Yes.
So, in terms of get out the vote, there was this idea that Hillary Clinton had way better get out the vote and infrastructure and all of this stuff in place, and that's why one of the reasons she was going to win, other than running against a crazy person. So, if get out the vote works and that was so good, why didn't it work?
Are you asking me why Hillary Clinton lost the election?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, I'll
But
tell
I'm
you what.
asking you specifically in terms of get out the vote.
Well, get out the vote is only one part of how you win. I can turn, I'm sending around things so that people do things. Sign up for committees. Hillary Clinton, and this is a long, involved conversation, just because you get out the vote does not mean that the people you get to the polls will vote the way you want them to. I worked the polls this year for the county, and I was astounded at how many Democrats were there committed to working against Hillary, to voting against Hillary Clinton for the first time in their lives. The most telling thing that someone told me was, I think she went bad when she murdered all her partners at the Rose Law Firm and then killed Vince Foster, and then she killed that poor staffer this summer. And I said, that's not true. She goes, it was on the internet. Of course it was true. There was a lot that went into this election, and we could talk about that later, but that's a very, very long, drawn-out conversation. It's, okay. Yes, Mary?
What is the best way that we can pressure people to really push for this independent investigation of our political system? I think that's really important, because I think that will help take Trump, I don't want to say down, but it will certainly put a chink there.
Oh, that's an issue. That's
Yeah.
one issue. And
And-
so what you do is you align with the other people who have that issue. You organize letter writing campaigns, card writing campaigns. You make sure that your people call their congressmen and senators.
But when you
And-
hear that thing, my husband calls twice today.
Yeah, they don't care after the first time.
Right, and you get this message, our lines are very busy, we're
Right,
overwhelmed.
you keep calling.
Okay, so
There
you
is-
think it's worth it to keep calling to?
But only call once. Only tell them once that you want an independent thing. After you do it the first time, they don't care.